Assalamu alaikum, our dear students, and welcome to a new lesson for our school, Qatar Technical School. And this is an English lesson for grade 10 using the Technical English Book 1. The title of today's lesson is Heating System 1. As usual, before we start the lesson, let's have a look at the objectives. For today's lesson, we have two objectives. The first is reading for details, and the second objective is reading for the main idea. To be able to follow the lesson, please open the course book, page 36. Before we start the lesson, let's have a look at some important vocabulary that will help us understand the lesson. What do you see in this picture? Yes, we see water, mountain, trees. Okay, what is the water doing? Is it still, ثابتة, or moving? It's moving. So here we say that the water is flowing. Flow of something or somebody is the steady and continuous movement of something or somebody in one direction. In Arabic, it means تدفق. Now let's see another word. If you look at the picture here, you can see this wheel. When we turn this wheel, we can control the flow of the liquid, for example, or gas. And this wheel is called valve, or this whole part is called valve. So the valve is a device for controlling the flow of a liquid or gas, letting it move in one direction only. And in Arabic, it's called simam. The third word today is the word inlet. Inlet is the part of a machine through which liquid or gas enters. مدخل. For example, we saw the valve in the previous picture, and there is an inlet, and of course there is an outlet. So inlet is the opposite of outlet. Inlet مدخل, outlet مخرج. Another word is this part. We saw this before. This device is called solar panel. Solar panel. It's a piece of equipment on a roof that uses light and heat energy from the sun to produce hot water and electricity, to make water hot or produce electricity. And in Arabic, it is called al-alwah al-shamsiyya. Okay, now let's start looking at our lesson, the heating system. If you look at the house, when we have a text like this, usually accompanied with a picture, it's a good idea to look at the picture and to try to understand the picture so that we can understand the reading text better. Okay, so let's look at the picture here. This is a house, and on the roof there is solar water panel. Solar water panel. Okay. And here we have a water tank. And we have two lines. One is red and the other is blue. Why do you think we have two colors? Very good. The blue one is for the hot water, the red one for the hot water, the blue one is for the cold water. Okay, let's start at the bottom. We have here the inlet. So the cold water enters the system through the inlet, من خلال المدخل, through the inlet, and it goes to the tank. From the tank, it flows to the solar panel. It becomes hot, and if you look at the left, there is a red line, which means that the water has become hot, and it goes back to the tank again. Okay, so if we look at the picture here, we have red inlet, solar water panel, water tank. Here we have water pipes and shower head. Okay, the shower head is inside the house, the bathroom, and there is a valve. Okay, if you open the valve, you get the hot water through the shower. If you close the valve, you don't get the hot water. Okay, so please look at the picture very carefully again. Inlet, then water tank, after that the solar water panel, and then the water tank again. Okay, we have the water pipes, the solar shower head, and the valve. Okay, now let's read the text. Solar water heater. The main parts of this system are water pipes, a solar water panel, a water tank, an inlet, a valve, and a shower head. The tank is above the solar panel. Starting from line 5, cold water enters the system through the inlet. It then flows into the tank. From here, the water flows into the solar panel. Then the sun heats the water in the panel. The hot water rises and flows from the panel into the tank. In the tank, hot water stays at the top and cold water sinks to the bottom. When you open the valve, hot water flows from the tank through the valve and the shower head. Here, it finally leaves the system. After reading the text, we notice that we have 4 words that have circles around them. It in line 6, here line 7, another word here in line 16, and it also in line 16. So expect that we're going to have some questions on these words. Okay, now let's look at exercise 3. What do these words refer to? Again, here we have the 4 words we talked about. Number 1 is it in line 6, number 2 here in line 7, 3 here in line 16, 4 it in line 16. For number 1 we have 3 options: A, inlet, B, cold water, C, system. For number 2 we have 3 options as well: tank, inlet, water. For 3 we have tank, valve, or shower head. Finally, for number 4 we have shower head, valve, or hot water. I ask you please to pause the video for like 3 minutes, try to find the answers, and then come back to check together. Okay, welcome back. Let's check the answers together. What is the answer for number 1? Very good. It refers to cold water. It refers to cold water. Number 2, what is the answer? Excellent. Tank. Here refers to the tank. Number 3, very good. Here refers to the shower head. And finally, for it, excellent, refers to hot water. Okay, the next exercise is based on our understanding of the whole text. What we need to do is to put these steps in the correct order. Okay, we have cold water goes into the system, warm water goes out of the panel, water goes from the tank to the panel, the valve opens, warm water enters the water tank, water becomes warm in the panel, warm water flows to the shower, cold water enters the water tank. We should start here. So this is number 1. Cold water goes into the system. I'm going to help you with number 2 and 3. Which one is number 2? Okay, it's cold water enters the water tank. So number 1, cold water goes into the system. Number 2, cold water enters the water tank. Number 3, water goes from the tank to the panel. Please pause the video for 3 minutes. Okay, try to put these in the correct order, these steps, and then come back to check them. Okay, I suppose that you have paused the video and come back. So let's see which one is number 4. Very good. Water becomes warm in the panel. Number 5. Excellent. Warm water goes out of the panel. Number 6. Very good. Warm water enters the water tank. Number 7. The valve opens, and finally, of course, warm water flows to the shower. Okay, so for double check, I'll give you the answers quickly again. 1. Cold water goes into the system. Cold water enters the water tank. Water goes from the tank to the panel. Water becomes warm in the panel. Warm water goes out of the panel. Warm water enters the water tank. The valve opens and the warm water flows to the shower. Okay, so for today's lesson, we have achieved the first the two objectives. The first one was reading for details, and we did this when we answered exercise 3, when we recognized what the words refer to, and we did reading for the main idea. This was the second objective, and we did this when we put the steps in the correct order. So we have achieved both objectives for today's lesson. Please don't forget to do the homework. Please go to the Teams and answer the homework questions. You have 24 hours. Thank you. Goodbye.